Okay. Should be live, maybe? Who knows? Yes. Oh god. I hope it's not. That probably picked up. Whatever, it's fine. Sounds good. Alright. So, just going for this now. I think it looks fine. Internet tends to be a little iffy. Anyway, hello, welcome. So we're just gonna play this by ear. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos and stream. So we're just gonna do both of those things in one here. So currently, tentatively calling this segment. The segment is technically not like the whole stream. The segment is like a video that I'm gonna kind of carve out of the stream and then post onto YouTube. So that segment's called the morning shift. Uh, Tentatively, who knows? It's subject to change. I did look around a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean I just went into YouTube search and just put the morning shift to see if there was like another YouTube channel with the same name or something similar. There is. They last posted something like a month ago, which admittedly is not very long. Uh, but it looks like they're pretty infrequent. And then their website that they had advertised on their YouTube is available for sale. So I thought that was kind of funny. So hopefully this isn't an issue. I don't know. I don't care. Playing it by ear. So, the idea of this is going to basically be whatever the hell I want to do. At least for now. Until I have a clearer idea of what I want to do, this is just going to be whatever. I have a couple ideas of how I want this segment to run. Like I could bring up my, my Steam library. Like maybe talk briefly about what games I've been playing recently. Maybe go into like a little bit of a discussion on that. Another feels like a boring idea, maybe not super original. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anybody do this, but just go to like the games subreddit and just scroll from like the top of the last 24 hours to see kind of talk about stuff that's there. Maybe talk about YouTube, whatever. Yeah, news, YouTube videos, stuff like that. So I think that's what we're gonna start with. After this segment, which I'm probably gonna actually edit some of this out. This is meant to be unedited, but there's a bit of a preamble here, so I think once I properly start, I'm gonna edit out this initial bit, and then I'll probably end up playing just some Trails Through Daybreak. Uh, I'm in the middle of a bunch of games, and theoretically it would be better or smarter for me to restart them for like the stream, but I don't care. I'm just gonna do like a funny thing and just be like part 27, but there's no parts 1 through 26 of the game. I'm just gonna just go. So anyway, how do I want to do this? All right, well, welcome to the morning shift. So we're gonna start with some top posts on our games. Reddit.com/r/games. If you don't know what Reddit is, it's a message board website for various groups been created. So we're going to be focused on the games one. That's like the best one to me. The gaming one's a little too memey. I mean, maybe I could look at it. I don't know. But we're going to start with this one. So we're going to do this. So browsing the internet, right? Hopefully this works. Hopefully I don't fuck up anything. It'd be really embarrassing. But anyway, here we are. So we're on our game. So we're going to start here. So what do we got first? We got Cyberpunk 2 director says extending 2077's opening act makes no sense. Quote, it's like saying we should spend more time on Tatooine with Farmer Luke, end quote. Okay, I'm obviously lacking a bit of context here, but using some inference, I would assume people wanted the opening segment of Cyberpunk to be longer. Okay, right. Yeah, it is a little abbreviated because there is like a montage. So like you start the game. I think you're like with this other guy. I forget his name, and then you do like a mission, and I think there's just this whole montage of like you two getting to know each other, and then like going on other missions, and then you just go on the final mission. Um, and then like after that mission, like the game kind of properly starts. So I imagine people wanted more of the beginning. Um, I can see arguments for and against. I think taking 5 to 10 hours to get to like the main plot of your game is probably not the best tactic. So yeah, I mean, because if you got to know, okay, spoilers for Cyberpunk 2077, right? Like the character, I forget his name, but the guy he dies. He dies. Okay, he dies. So I guess a lot of people want to spend more time with him before he dies. So that you have like a deeper connection with him before like the game properly starts. But like, I don't know. Like you kind of need to make some choices. Like Cyberpunk 2077, how long to beat, right? Like how long is this game? If you're just to do the main story, right? Let's see if it'll load. So okay, so 26 hours, right? I'm imagining like if they drew out this intro section that it would probably add like at least 3 to 5 hours, I would guess. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's like a pacing thing, and like also you got to choose your battles, right? Like the game's already pretty long. Um, I don't know. Is there more to this? Is there an article for what is this? Fever? What is Fervor? Uh, CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077 is now one of the most beloved games of the last generation, but there's always been a heavy fan sentiment that the game's opening should have been longer. Um, yeah, okay. And I guess we have the Cyberpunk 2 director talking about it. No, it wouldn't. It's like saying we should spend. Okay. The motivation goal in this section of the game is pretty vague. Get to the top, which prolonged without stakes. Pressure would result in meandering, unfocused experience. Is it enough time to bomb with Jackie? What? The motivation? Get to the top, which prolonged was. Oh, I see. Because they wanted to be like the best. Yeah. I see. No, the half-year montage does not cut content. We always planned it like this. Yeah, I mean, the montage I think is cool. I don't think you usually see, like, fun little montages like that in games too much. Like, imagine, like, Persona 5 with a fucking montage. That would be so amazing. Like, you could probably cut out, like, 30 hours of that game with a montage instead of having to deal with every single fucking thing. Like, they make you play out there, like, the entire school year. Anyway. Okay, you know what? Moving on. I think this is interesting. I'm okay with how they did it. Whatever. This is an ad, so we're not going to talk about that. Biggest discovery in Red Dead Redemption 2 in years. Rockstar fans uncovers spiderweb mystery unnoticed since release, and now the hunt is on for answers. Okay, that sounds interesting. Here's an IGN article. Okay. So, it's only just the beginning. No, thank you. Red Dead Redemption 2 fans are searching for answers to a newly discovered mystery that's been hidden within Rockstar's Cowboy sequel since its original release. There's mysterious spiderwebs that began spawning on 8 telegraph poles throughout the game's vast world, each during a specific hour of the night. 2 weeks on, more clues have now been found, and it's become clear that this is a deliberate secret included by Rockstar within the game, which players are now rushing to uncover the full meaning of. Is there a like screenshot for this? Um, there's a new video published just yesterday which details where the mystery is at now. Currently, players are following one final cryptic telegraph pole message that depicts a final direction and the symbol for a guitar. Whereas all this leading, players are not sure, but the sense is that there's definitely more to this mystery to solve. Players are now hurriedly searching the Fort Wallace location, which holds the nearest guitars to the mystery's most recent clue. And are mapping every other guitar found in the game, in case it sparks some new revelation. Uh, okay. I mean, this sounds interesting. Yeah, like, I mean, like, Easter egg kind of, like, things are always pretty cool. Some of them are pretty obtuse. Some of the Easter eggs, like, I don't even know how you would know that they're Easter eggs unless, like, you knew, like, the developer and their own interests. Oh, so this is this is a goofy ass looking spider web. Is this actually what the spider web looks like? This is what it looks like. This is kind of funny. This looks like a Halloween decoration or something, just like glued on here. Um, hmm. Well, that's cool. I'm interested to maybe follow up on this if I can remember, to see if anything comes of it, like anything like interesting. Um, or is it just like an Easter egg, just kind of pointing to stuff? Who knows? Let's look at the comments real quick. Pretty interesting. Always love this sort of stuff. Sure. What other top comments do we have here? Can I click that? Here we go. After Mount Chiliad, I'm 100% Rockstar put these in there to fuck with people, but it's still fun anyway. Also, there's a Red Dead Mystery subreddit that provides a lot more information. I look forward to the... Okay, this is sort of reason why Ready Player One's plot is insane. The whole world knows. Stuff like this reminds me of the old days when people thought... Is there a sub to keep up to date with this? These exact same spiderwebs were found in GTA 5. Okay. It sounds like it could be interesting. I'm curious to follow up on that. Valve's brilliant Steam Deck now accounts for over 20% of all Linux gamers. 21% of all Linux gamers. How many Linux gamers even are there? Can't be that many. But what can I add here? I don't know. This isn't that interesting to me. But the Steam Deck, I mean, sure, sure, brilliant Steam Deck. Sure, I like it. You know, this is sure. Okay, I guess the implication here is the Steam Deck is just a good Linux platform. So that's cool. That Linux people all. How many of them? How many Linux gamers are there? What is this? How many Linux gamers? Steam hardware survey reports that Linux currently represents 3.19% of players, so 21% of 3.1.9%. So, like a quarter of that. So what's a quarter of 3? I don't know. Less than 1% of players use. Sure. That's a cool stat. I don't know if there's like further implications to that. It's great about Valve's Linux investments. They did it the right way. Every Steam game runs with a container runtime. Okay, whatever. 20, yeah, it's 21% of Linux gamers is such a strange flex. That's a niche within a niche. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what I was saying. I don't care. I don't care. This is like maybe if when or if I make a game someday, maybe I'll care about these Linux gamers, but I don't care. I don't really get it either. Linux, is that, I don't know. It's the right moment. So this is a quote. Final Fantasy IX character designer Toshiyuki Itahana quits Square Enix. Or Square Enix. He quits. So what else did he do? Toshiyuki? What'd you do? What else did you do, buddy? But, that's sad, I suppose. I don't know what this means for, like, Final Fantasy IX remake rumors. I mean, if he's the character designer, I think it would have been cool to have him kind of, like, modernize, reimagine, like, these characters for, like, a modern audience. Assuming that's happening. I don't know. Is there not, like, a Wikipedia page for this guy? I want to see what else he's done. Fandom, sure. Okay, so in terms of release order, so he did some character concept art for Final Fantasy 14. He did some of the Chocobo. Okay, so nothing too... Well, he worked a bit on some main stuff, like a lot of Chocobo stuff, some Crystal Chronicles stuff. Wait, so did he do like the character? Oh fuck! Now that I see it, okay, I can see the same guy doing like the character design for like Crystal Chronicles. I can see that, right? Did he? Designer art. Yeah, I can see it. Art designer for 11. Kind of. I guess a more realistic design. A lot of Chocobo stuff. Crystal Chronicles. A lot of Crystal. So he's kind of okay. Oh well, no supervisor. Okay. I mean, he had a pretty long history. It looks like he's wasn't main character designer for Mystery Dungeon. Okay. Uh, eh. Wasn't doing as much like main stuff, and really like it's been a while, like 2009. Yeah, whatever. Okay, but no, that's sad to see him go. I'm curious to see if he joins one of the many other kind of like startup companies that kind of pop up from these veterans. You know, these veterans leave in and they go make a new company. So that'd be interesting to find out if he went somewhere else. Assuming we find out. Maybe he's just done. I don't know how old this guy is, but congrats to him. So limited run games announces the physical editions for Hi-Fi Rush. So that's pretty cool. I guess let's look at it. I've bought a couple things from limited run games, but I've heard... Yeah, this is what I've heard. Isn't limited run's reputation questionable nowadays? Yeah, I've heard some not great things about them. I don't know what the issue is. Can we go... Is there a link? Is there not a link? Okay. So, here's the Hi-Fi Rush. It comes with, okay, 3-disc soundtrack, so that's cool. You know, I always see this includes liner notes thing, and I'm not actually certain what that's referring to. Comes with 2 chai outfits, 7 bonus chai t-shirts. Is that Bob or 808? 808 themed guitar skin, 808 alternate skin, 20,000 gears for unlocking combat skills, and other upgrades. What is this, like a deluxe edition? Like a deluxe edition DLC? Each of the chai outfits includes an alternate robot arm, scarf, jacket, whatever the fuck. Okay. Sure. So pre-orders, I don't know. I'm sure. The box looks fine. I mean, I think this is the only way you can own this game physically, right? I wonder how this works, too, because didn't the company that, Oh, there's different... Oh, there's, like, different, editions or whatever. Okay, so this one... Oh! That looks much cooler. Yeah, this little box looked fine. It's a cat. Here's the guitar. Oh, Chai. Oh, I see Chai's the main character. Here's the art book. That's cool. Yeah, no, I was curious. So the Tango Gameworks. Okay, so Tango Gameworks is still around. Okay, what, did they get bought out by Krafton or picked up or saved or whatever? So they're still involved and probably hopefully get money from this, right? I'm not really sure how these deals work, but I assume that they get some cut of it. That's cool. It was the game I waited... So, quote, it was the game I waited my career to make, end quote. Former ZeniMax Online boss confirms he quit following Microsoft Axe. Confirms he quit following... Okay, so what? The game he was working on got canceled, I guess? Whatever that is. This guy looks vaguely familiar. That this Project Blackbird? Never heard of Project Blackbird. Project Blackbird. I don't know. Okay, it's a game, I guess. I don't know if we know anything about it, or if I want to look more into it, but whatever. So we got Sticks, Blades of Greed. I actually clicked on this earlier. So this is weird. I don't know what happened here. The video is private. So I went to here so I can go to new, and somebody actually posted a mirror. So Sticks, Blades of Greed. So I guess this is the 3rd game in the Sticks franchise. I looked at these. I thought these looked interesting, but I don't know. It could be good. It's like a stealth. Look at their stealth action games. Seem like they could be pretty fun. Yeah, this person never gave it a proper chance. I've never even played them. I don't. I don't really like stealth games too much. I mean, I like Metal Gear Solid, but I think the Thief style stealth games, I don't really like too much. But yeah. All right. Let's see. What are we at? We're at 20 minutes now. Uh, I need to maybe move through these a little bit quicker. We got 14 years after official servers were shut down, Metal Gear Online 2 receives significant netcode improvements thanks to the Save MGO team. So that's pretty exciting for them. Sure. Yeah, I mean, random old shutdown online games being kept around is pretty cool. Okay, we got Hytale, blog, future of world generation. World generation? What? What? So this is one of those games, Hytale, like, I don't even know when this was announced. I feel like this was announced so long ago. This was supposed to be kind of like a Minecraft competitor, like, thing. I don't know. Like a more RPG focused Minecraft, I thought. Um, version 1 was, or V1? What? Was developed from 2016 to 2020 and served as a prototype to understand. Hytale will launch with exploration mode. Okay. So it's a little bit more behind the scenes. Okay, literally the future of, okay, of world generation for how Hytale will generate its worlds. Okay. And obviously we can see some kind of like programming thing here. What is this called? I forgot. Machine logic, no. Intentional design, but no, it's cool. I don't really have the time or interest necessarily right now to look into this blog, but it's cool that they have a blog about them making this game. Wonder how many there are. Seems like there's a decent amount. Okay, Hytale blog, that's cool. CEO of Lies of P, publisher, NeoWiz Talks 2025, Overture expansion, release strategy, Gen AI, and more. That's cool. You know, actually, okay, that was gross. I'm not gonna do that again. No more weird M's. But actually, I'm gonna bring up my Steam library. So, just to briefly talk about games I've been playing recently. So Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak is like the main game I'm playing right now. I'm 75 hours deep. I don't think this time is quite accurate, but I mean, if you know Legend of Heroes is pretty good. Why did I just jump over to this? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wrap up real quick the R games thing. So R games, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of super interesting things happening right now. It's pretty light on news as far as the last 24 hours. Honestly, none of this is even really news. Like, this is just quotes and things, and I mean, there's gameplay trailer. I don't know. Yeah, nothing super exciting. Nothing announced. Yeah. So we'll do it again tomorrow. See what's going on. So as far as games I've been recently playing, so obviously the winter sale just ended. And actually, fun fact, I guess, I had to, after playing Elden Ring Night Rain for 19 minutes apparently and getting an achievement, the my SSD that this was installed on like deleted everything. Deleted everything on there. I don't know what happened, but it got unallocated as a storage device and then deleted everything. I was not a fan. But yeah. So I only played like 20 minutes of that. I haven't played Elden Ring in a bit. That was pretty hard. I've got, wait, do I have recent actually played? Why isn't it kind of annoying that it oh boy, sorry for the odds. Kind of annoying that it reorganizes the my games to when I installed them, right? So like I had to actually reinstall like everything. So like technically this isn't like a super accurate like play order. It kind of is, I guess, but like I haven't played either of these games. I just downloaded them. Oh yeah, I downloaded this. I was hoping that it had Furigana, but it doesn't. So anyway, Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak though. That's the game I'm going to be playing shortly. Uh, after this video is recorded. Yep, and I'm going to be starting part 76. Whatever. I don't know what I'm calling it. I don't care. But that's pretty fun. Trails of Daybreak's pretty good. It's extremely slow paced, like all the other ones. I would say this one's probably a bit worse in terms of the pacing. But like if you've made it to Trails Through Daybreak, it's nothing you haven't really seen before. Just know that the payoffs are a little bit later than you might be used to. Even like the mid like chapter payoffs or like the end of chapter payoffs, to me aren't that compelling. Hopefully it gets better. I don't know. I think I've just finished up chapter 4. I thought that was better. Still not great, but better. I've been playing a bit of Chronos: The New Dawn. That's been pretty good. It's a decent kind of like Dead Space, Resident Evil 4, kind of Silent Hill kind of game. It's pretty good. I played like 50 minutes of Nine Souls. I've been playing a lot of God of War Ragnarok. Playing a bit of Overwatch. Got some other games I gotta play. How's Us, Once Upon a Katamari. Actually, How's Us will probably be one of my bigger stream games. So this will be like me doing from like start to finish. Hell is Us. So I'm excited to play this. Yeah. Hollow Knight Silk Song at some point too. I don't want to do that one just yet. I'll probably do Nine Souls first. And then Hollow Knight Silk Song? Maybe I'll flip it around. I don't know. Nine Souls seems like it has a little bit more of an interesting story. Hollow Knight Silk Song is probably going to be another Dark Souls style nonsense thing where it's like bugs doing experiments on the soul or something. But anyway, God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I think so. Just like as some quick comments on God of War Ragnarok. I think this game's really good. I think the combat's really good. I think the main thing they seem to have focused on in this one is like variety, as far as like the enemy types, your partners, even like your like assist character. Like you get like I think I've had four different assist characters at this point. I think Atreus, Brock, Sindri, and that other girl. Yeah, yeah, I've had 4. They've given you 4 assists. So that's pretty cool. They seem to like be trying to give you a lot of variety. Like the other God of War 2018 didn't have like the most variety. Yeah, I did enjoy it a lot. But in terms of like enemies and like combat and stuff, like it was pretty straightforward and you kind of just did the same-ish thing for like 30 hours. Um, this one seems hell-bent on making sure there's a lot to do. So I'm enjoying that. I will probably stream that at some point. Maybe me going through like the... And it's a little awkward right now because I've kind of decided I'm going to start streaming and doing YouTube while in the middle of a bunch of games. And I don't have a whole lot of free time, so a lot of my streaming is going to be me playing these games. So I'm not gonna restart God of War. I'm not restarting any of these games. So it'll be a little awkward at first, but nobody's gonna be watching these anyway. So it doesn't matter. This is more just practice to get good at doing this. I'm still kind of debating whether or not I want to do streaming, like stream games, or do like let's plays of games. Like they both have different dynamics to them, I think. Um, both have their merits. Maybe I could like pick and choose. I don't know. But again, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I feel like I'd just stream, maybe. Streaming, and then just turn them into VODs, maybe. Upload them. I don't know. But anyway, it's been fun. Thanks for joining me for this morning shift. Admittedly, I'm very, very tired. So I was losing the plot a bit more than I might have usually. Um, Maybe I'll actually come with like some like notes on like what I want to hit for the next one. But this was just a off the cuff, just go for it thing. So, yeah, I guess thanks for joining me here for this. And then stick around if you want to watch me stream Trails Through Daybreak. I'm gonna actually carve out this previous segment into a YouTube video, probably, unless I think it's really bad. I think it's probably pretty bad. I might not. I might not. I might just leave this as like a rough draft over here in the live. And if you want to see the first one ever, it's only gonna be over here in the live section. I don't think I actually want to publish this as a YouTube video. So yeah, but yeah, peace. Thank you, Sam. My top fan. What the heck? There's like XP? That's cool. But anyway, we're gonna do Trails to Daybreak. So I'm gonna do this over. Wait, hold on. Let me change to this. Move this over here. Move this over here. Minimize that. Hit that play button. Oh, why did I move back? Go back over here. Okay, let's see if this works. Ooh. Is it working? Where did this chat thing go? Dogs. That's not what I wanted. Get rid of that. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Okay. It's picking up the audio, so that's good. I guess I'll just set this like this. There it goes. Alright. So we're gonna be playing Trails Through Daybreak. Gonna actually close out of that real quick. I gotta mess with the thing. So I talked to all the NPCs. That's just a thing to be aware of. I talked to all the damn NPCs. And unless somebody really, like somebody that's watching really wants me to read all these NPC dialogues, for now, I'm not gonna do that. I will try to react to and or give context to like things that I've read. Right, I'm not just gonna react and be like, "Oh wow, this person said this thing," but like I'll definitely try to like react to it. Let's see settings. How do I change the thing? Studio mode? The fuck? No? Do I have to like go to the oh, maybe I go here. Live control panel. No? There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of options here. No, there's not. There's not a whole lot of options here. All right, whatever. We're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I'm just gonna go to YouTube, pull up my stream, try to not listen to myself talk. Nope, muted. Okay. Edit video, or can I change segments? You know what? Whatever. Um. Morning shift, and then some Trails Through Daybreak. Okay, safe. Alright. What's that? Trails Through Daybreak. So I'm in the middle of the intermission. They call it an intermission. To me, intermissions are implied to be short. This is not short. This is long. Long line. Alright, so here we are. We've just arrived in Long Lie for our vacation, which is surely going to be not an actual vacation. That's good. Talking to this chick here.
Hello.
Oh, whoops. Okay. So basically, the staff here, they're just pretty nice. There's like actually a whole other shop here. So we got head chef Hakuro. Glad to hear you enjoy our local cuisine. Maybe I will read it out. I just won't give characters voices. I'm glad to hear you enjoy our local cuisine. Dinner tonight will be a traditional multi-course affair. The key to these dishes is to use the best of Long Lie's natural resources to fully bring the appeal of our seasonal best to life. I believe that the work done at the earliest stages, in particular, like marinating in alcohol and such, is key to a good meal. No matter how long it takes, if it allows me to offer the best dishes imaginable, that's where my honor comes from. Okay, this guy has a lot of respect for his craft. And cooking, too, is a key piece of culture that carries within it Eastern ideas and thoughts. As someone entrusted with the position of master chef at a historic inn like this, I owe it to each and every customer to bring that to life. After all, there's no limit to how well you can provide hospitality, especially the Eastern sort. As the master chef, I believe I have a responsibility to constantly improve my own skills. Well, that's good. This guy's fucking pretty old, but he doesn't stop. So what do I think's gonna happen here? I don't know. At the beginning of this intermission, they showed this one chick with a sword. So I assume... And she cut a fucking leaf in half. And not in half in the way you think. Like, in half, like, long ways or whatever. Like that thin as fuck leaf, she cut it in, like, so that there were two leaves, basically. So this guy's name is Rito. Says, hello there. Tourists, are you? Welcome to Long Lie. I'm sorry to say you've come at the wrong season for tea growing. They're a sight in the summer, let me tell you. Still, it's just the season for autumnal. Actually, I just realized this game is probably pretty loud, huh? Let me... Actually, can I adjust this here? Yeah, let's just adjust that by, like, this. Okay. Autumnal, right? Not as great as fresh tea leaves, but I'm sure you'll love it. I'm gonna talk to him again. When you work on growing a local specialty, seeing visitors enjoying your work is a real payoff. You probably didn't know, but black tea, green tea, matcha, and oolong tea can all be made from the same tea leaves. The difference actually lies in when you harvest them and how you process them. That's where tea gets interesting.
So...
Yeah, you know, like Aaron, I kind of agree.
Fresh manto right here! Piping hot!
So Shigi's Buns and Eggs. So I'm talking to Shigi. Hey, you're that fellow who came by earlier. How about some charcoal manto? Charcoal manto and hot springs eggs might seem like more adult snacks, but the sweetness appeals to kids too. My daughter Ino loves charcoal manto. That girl needs her nibble to get through the day. These manto are great for an afternoon snack, unlike my wife's stuff on the other side of the creek. On the other side of the creek.
Hello there!
Go to buy their food items
Come again!
for the achievements or whatever. I just had a rice dumpling. I had some back at Longport too, but the flavor and style of the ones here are super different. It's weird. I think that I know enough about Republic food now to talk to their fancy gourmand. This is all thanks to getting to hang out with you, Ben. True, it didn't quite mean to take you on the grand tour, but it did end up that way, like with this trip. For sure, with the Kruger, I would never travel just for a vacation. Anywhere I went was for work. So I'll travel and tour all over and go back to tell my family about stuff.
Indeed.
I don't know why the game said I already talked to her. I hadn't talked to her already. Is this a Bracer? Who's this guy? Bracer Kazan? Okay, so he says, oh yeah, job complete. Easy work for someone like me, of course. After all, with my Matagi training, I'm perfectly accurate. I bet I just radiate that real man aura. Wait, now's not the time. I don't need Drusilla getting on my case again. The newbie's still out of stuff. Gotta get back and work hard some more. All part of a day's work is his guild superior. Okay, fuck it. Rewind. I'm not reading these anymore. I'm just gonna react to stuff if I feel like it. Nobody's watching this anyway. Probably. So, and I'm really tired, and I want to try to get through at least the NPCs in this section of the game. Right, what's even over there? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we just had some foreshadowing for one of our missions. We'll probably have to go kill something. Okay, so they're talking about closure of a mountain. In the mountains. We got a bunch of people piled up here. We'll talk to this lady. Today, the air of the mountains flows. Queen a fortune teller. Spend free time? I didn't even know I was doing that. Okay, apparently I only have 8 free times. Okay. So we're doing palm readings. I mean, it's certainly something. Okay, so we're giving like a little bit of insight into these characters. Like Vans, honestly, I'd have to read that again. What the hell is up with Vans? She was a little confused by his. Basically she's saying like Van's kind of like a, I don't want to say an what is it? His future is like undetermined. His personality, I don't know. Like he's not a blank slate, but like there's a lot of directions he could go in. And then she starts looking at Aaron. And he's got the rebellion line. Just talks about he's rebellious. Okay, now she's looking at the person with artificial hands. So I don't know how palm reading will go with somebody who has artificial hands, who actually just lost one of them. But apparently she's got a strong work line. Okay. Afterwards, they had a great time sharing the results with each other. Okay, so I assume I could come back here with like other character configurations and get other results. Okay, I said I wanted to do all this.
Don't be
Honestly,
shy. Take a look.
this was just my first stream. I'm not super worried about it. I only played this game for like 10 minutes, but I'm so goddamn tired. And there's no way I'll get anything productive done here. This is not good practice. I'm so tired. I'm so freaking tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. Well, thank you, Sam, for sticking around. I don't know who's here still. Thanks for anybody who's here. For checking it out. Hopefully, if you, it's only up from here. Okay, this stream, not a good stream. It's not a good stream. It's not a good stream. It could be better, but they're gonna be better. I'm gonna be well rested. And I'm gonna seize the day, seize the morning shift. It's called. Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't explain it, but the morning shift is called the morning shift because I work the night shift. So this is kind of like the extra thing I want to do. So called the morning shift, right? Because it's like the next shift, whatever. It's my next job, kind of. It's not really a job. I don't want to see this as a job. I would like this to be a job eventually, maybe someday, but we'll see. I'm getting loopy. Okay. Well, anyway, forever who's here, or for whoever is here, thanks for joining me. It was really fun. But I'm really tired, and I'm gonna do this again tomorrow though. It'll be better. I promise. Probably like at least 1 or 2%. Goodbye. Thank you.